All right, so it is Saturday and we're getting the playbooks ready. So the playbooks are the master, what I call master playbooks. These things are really big. So let me show you. This is roughly 616 pages, and this is basically every single development contract that I've ever done. All the creative deals that I've done, residential properties I've done. So if you see, this thing is massive. My hand notes, contracts, how I negotiated one deal to 41, and then sold to KB Homes is in here. Every contract, creative deal, wholesale deal, how I structured it, residential, the person who it was, the actual deal, the terms of the deal, every land deal, actually, signed PSA contracts. What does that look like? Like just every single thing you could possibly think of. I've actually tracked everything since October 1st, 2018. Handwritten notes on exactly what to do and how to do. That when I was in a mine resort called the advanced course. So all that is in here, just like I'm going all in, right? And so for right now, I am, because we have a workshop coming up, this is our second workshop coming up. I did not have time to get everything printed. This is actually a last minute thing I wanted to do, but I already had everything set. I already had all these things ready. So I now have to create the spine for this as well. Because what I want to do is I wanted to see how can I, instead of saying that I'm going to give $5 million worth of value, because that's actually how much it's cost me. It's cost me over $5 million to learn these things, to learn how to write the contracts, learn how to do everything that I'm talking about. And so now it was saying, okay, well, now I'm actually going to, document this, which I have. And remember, I used to be if you don't know this, I used to be a general's aide. And so my last duty assignment, I was a general's aide in the military for General Summerall and General Morrison. General Summerall was my main general. So I got really good at documentation because I had to be. So right now I'm going to create the spines right now by hand. So I put it in Canva, and I'm going to do my best to put the spines in because I do want it to look professional. So I'm going to do my best. This is not the best at all, but I did that one. It's kind of tough to push them all the way through. So we're gonna attempt to do these. So we've got three people coming for the second workshop, and it's going to be held here in my office. And so the main aspect of this is to really go all in on the first people that are coming in. They're getting actually the best value because I'm testing everything. I really want to make sure that they're getting a ton of value out of this and they're taking action. And I wanted to share things that I've never shared before. I've kind of kept quiet, but I haven't seen anybody ever share what I'm sharing either when it comes down to how to transition from what I call true investor, right? True investor means you're actually seeing the seller and you're scheduling the appointment with the seller, but you're seeing the property, you're evaluating the property. None of it's through phone, because what I found out from tracking 107 sellers is that all my development deals have actually came from, this is what we're doing right now. All of my development deals have actually came from, oh, this is not that bad. I gotta do a better job cutting them. All of my development, oh, okay. Yeah, this is the OG one. This is gonna be they're gonna know this is the first one, right? So, yeah, this is gonna be, matter of fact, I should probably just put in here, version 1, V1, never quit. excuses. Make it happen. I always used to love watching baseball players sign stuff. I used to practice my signature all the time, and I love when people put dates, because then it was like, oh crap, that's real. That's not fake. Okay, so yeah, like this, literally, I'm the one, went to Staples, get all, or Office Depot, get all this done. So yeah, this is where we're at. So this is one. Okay, then no. So that's one done. Now we just get another one. So going back to it, and I'm documenting all this just because I think one day it would mean something. So creating the spines of a 616 page master. Again, this is more of documenting the journey, vlog, I would say. So one, also, if you ever see these, they kind of, this is interesting. So what you do is I just have put tape behind there so it could kind of stick so it doesn't go all over the place. Doing my best to make it as professional as possible. So again, going back to it was, I remember a long time ago. So Alex Hormozi, which huge, I am a student of his, I would say. I went to a scaling up workshop. I've purchased his books. I've actually not just purchased, I've actually put to use these books. So we're making the spine again. So kind of this is a 3-inch binder. Your goal is to, for what I'm doing is, seeing exactly, I think this time what I'll do is I'll have it pre-lined up. Like that, and then I'm only going to cut one side, because I attempted to put this all in there like that, and it's just too thick, and right when you get to this point, this top is ugly. So like mine, I had to put tape on. It's not nice. So let me put it on here. So basically where this idea came from, Alex Hormozi, I saw an ad that he basically did the same thing. But it's I think it's like $18,000 or $20,000 or $38,000 course, and really you only get the playbooks when you do his $140,000 day, which is beyond worth it. Like, the value, what I have heard, I didn't do that. I did the scaling up, but I know, like, the guy's legit. So to me, I always look at it like this: like, if somebody can move your future forward, pay them whatever. Like, if you have it, pay it. If you can't, I got it. But figure out a way to create the revenue, and give, and just, because all you're doing is you're accelerating your future. Okay, this is too tight here for some reason. Oh, too much over on this side. Okay. Let's cut this a little bit more. So yeah, this is how you create the spine. You just kind of play with it. It's not going to be perfect, because next time I'll probably get everything. I'll probably have a couple more times that I have to do this. Me and my team would do it, but it's Saturday. I didn't want to get anybody to work, and it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to make stuff happen yourself. Okay, it's not horrible. Doesn't look bad. Okay, so now, again, I designed this in Canva, and then you got to kind of test it a couple times. Like, okay, is this the right fit? Is this going to work? And you got to be gentle with it. So there we go. All right, so that we're going to create 4. We're down to 3. This isn't like that bad. All right, what do you think? Okay. Okay, so where the idea came from, so I saw Alex Hormozi stuff. I liked it, right? And it reminded me, I did a course probably 15 or 20 years ago, and this course was by Pete Fortunato. He's an old school real estate investor in Tampa, and he is amazing. And so I remember the guy looked homeless, and I did his course. It was like $1,500, something like that, but it was all about creative contracts. Now, he only has ever done, at the time, he only did like 11 contracts, but he did them really creative. He did like this buyback clause and all this other creative stuff. He never sold any of his properties. He just lived off of that. He ate McDonald's every day. He just wanted true freedom without anybody ever bothering him. And he definitely created it. But I remember he did the same thing. He gave us a binder like this. Probably a little bit small. I don't think it was 616 pages, but it felt huge. And I just remember I felt like I got so much value out of doing that, out of going to his course, that I was very grateful. And yeah, this ain't not bad. And so I never forgot that. And so when I saw the Alex Hormozy thing again, or when I saw somebody else do the same thing, I was like, man, that is cool. I like that. And so in probably like 3 days, me and my team, we created this whole thing with all the table of contents, because I already had a lot of it pre-done. I wanted to set everything up in individual books and all this other stuff. And then the workshop stuff came up, like the idea of it came up about less than a month ago. So this is our second one. And I was like, you know what? And man, the first one was so great. Everybody was like, this is the best thing I've ever done in my whole life. And I remember I did a lot of these when I worked at Clever Investor as well. I was their director of mentorship for years. I created the entire mentorship program. So we went from 50 students to 1,000. And it was amazing. I had, I think it was like 14 or 18 mentors and full staff, and it was awesome. All right, so this is what it looks like. It's not that bad, right? I don't think it's not that bad. Oh, Jesus. So, let me see here. Yeah, this looks great. Let me see here. Boom. Yeah. This looks good. I think it's gonna work. What do you think? Yeah, this is pretty good. So, yeah, I like it. Anyway, so going back to this is kind of more of a journal entry for myself, so I could look back at this, and you could see, like, I'm just doing version 1. That's kind of how you do your first development as well. Is you just got to do version 1 and see how it goes. You don't really know how it's all going to work out in the very beginning. You kind of wish for the best, and that's all you can do. So we actually have the workshops here at my office, and right now it's Saturday. So I actually have stations set up this time. So we're going to have people train over here, like they're going to mock having real conversations with sellers, because what I saw was a lot of people don't even have conversations anymore. They attempt to see if they could do it over the phone. The only catch is all my development deals, and I've been involved in over 20 of them, have all came from referrals, typically from a seller that I met. So that is a big deal. So if you have met, so if I met a seller, right, they know, like, and trust you now. So my recommendation is probably hat, no hat, I don't know, probably. I actually don't like wearing a hat. So my recommendation is do not, like, when you're dealing with sellers, like, they have to know, like, and trust you. When they know, like, and trust you, so this is the stats, right? Out of 107 sellers I've dealt with, 10% had more than one deal that they did not tell me over the phone when I set up the appointment. So that means 10% I had got an extra deal. That's over 11 people, right? Then all my development deals, all 20 of them, all came from me meeting sellers that then they had land. So, and I've been involved in profitability for the last, profitability has been, I think when I did the numbers, like $4 or $5 million. And that's not bad for just me and like one other low overhead. Now I did have a 4-year long divorce journey and legal stuff. So it's not like, you know, I'm living it up. But to me, it was like, I just wanted to get out of the military and have my own freedom when I first was doing this. So anyway, so you just learn how to do your own spines on a 3-inch binder. You saw what I'm doing. And when it comes down to the workshops as well, and this is I would say almost like a true developer, true investors, vlog journey, or vlog, or vlog. I think that's they call it vlog. So anyway, follow the journey. I'm out. Bye. And if you're interested in coming to the workshop, this is actually what you'll be getting at the workshop, which again, I go over all the contracts, all my creative deals I've ever done, everything I actually have done in the last 6 years. Well, not everything. There's a lot more than this. So for right now, this is where it's at. It's going to keep on getting better. But for right now, this is about $5 million worth of education that you will get physically. So this is the actual contracts, proposals, how I did the creative deals, the handwritten contracts. My big first deal I ever did in the terms, those terms alone, that was a good one. This was a good one. Basically, you know, got it for $650, sold it for 2 KB homes for $1.25 million. And then they named the street after me, my family, Cruz Court. So, yeah, so every single thing on what I've done on major deals, I put it in here. Negotiations, original contracts. Like if you've never seen a 1.2 million or 2.8 million or $5 million offer or contract, I actually put it in here so now you could actually see it. So if you're interested in that, again, go to truedevelopers.com. Again, truedevelopers.com and apply and see if you get into the workshop, because it's at my office. It's pretty private. Yeah, you got a cool spine now, right? So, all right, bye.